G'day folks, Parkera here and welcome to the latest episode of the Lancashire Lad with Chorley FC kicking off today's game against Notts County. Now, I don't know about you, but I've noticed a few tweets from the Lancashire Lad, so I think he's getting the hang of this Twitter, or as he calls it, thing. So make sure you drop him a follow if you already haven't. His tweet ID is at Lancashire Lad 14. Anyway, we are facing, like I've mentioned, Notts County. They are, of course, heavy favourites. But let's have a quick nosy-rosy and see how we've been doing roughly since we were last with you against that draw, Stockport. So as you can see, yeah, we've had our ups and we've had our downs. So we followed off from the 1-1 draw against Stockport with a nice 3-0 win away from home against Sutton. Masanka getting the opening goal there, and then Juanito Lopez polishing it off with two wonderful little strikes there. Basically a proper poaching job from corners, just getting on the end of the ball and just open goals. Beautiful. So that was a good win there. I was really happy with that. And then a bit more reality. A 3-2 loss here to Dagenham and Redbridge at home. So, yeah, they kicked off the game, the 33rd minute they were ahead, and then the 45th minute, just on half-time, they really kicked us in the teeth, making it 2-0. I gave the boys a rollicking. I said, come on, guys, this is absolute rubbish. We're at home here. Sort your stuff out. Well, I didn't, the Lancashire Lad. And, look at that. We came back. Bobby Kamwa and Mamasaka again. 2 goals. It was 2-2. We fought back. We were drawing. We were doing really well. The Lancashire Lad was giving the boys encouragement. And then came the 83rd minute. And a little bit of lapse in concentration cost us. And Mitch Brundle gets the second 3-2 loss. That was hard. That was a hard loss. Then, bouncing back, opening September, I should say, with a 1-0 win against Barrow. I was proud of this team for here. We were favourites. They were favourites in this game, like a lot of the teams are. We had, as you can see, a player sent off in the 21st minute. So we were like, uh-oh, and he was a defender, by the way. So he was sent off nice and early, and we hung in there. They were all over us. Like a bad rash, a bad smell. Smell that? Maybe it was what the Rock was cooking. And then, on the counter, a little bit of a punch. Lewis Almond, 84th minute strike. Caesar steal. Yes, we stole a win here. But we'll take what we can with a nice 1-0 home win with Barrow. And again, decent attendances. I'm pretty happy with these attendances. But then, of course, came the run. 4-2 loss against Aldershot. Look at that. It was 4-0 at half-time. Again, what the hell, boys? Half-time, absolute bollocking. Aggressive came out. Lancashire Lad went off his rocker, and the team responded. 2 goals, Isaac Rice and Carver, making it a bit more respectable, but we just couldn't push on and get anything out of it. It was a very disappointing game, but the Shots, they're a tough team, and they're one of the top teams up there in the league, so you kind of expect it. But still, 4-0 at half-time. We were looking dead and out of it. We were looking at probably double that figure, and I needed to do something, and the boys responded. We then went to Bromley, and a disappointing 2-0 loss here. Not much to say. Michael Cheek, we couldn't stop him. 2 goals. Bush, bash, bosh. Simple as that. Now, Torquay, this was a disappointing result. We were favourites to go into this one, actually. We took the lead. We started off well, 1-0 just before the half-time, going into the half ahead. And then we just fell apart. The boys just Teague, this is where Teague picked up a little bit of a knock here. And, it just wasn't good enough. And we just completely capitulated. As you can see there, fullbacks, absolute rubbish ratings, and that's because they were absolutely pummeled. They exposed them, and they just got around the back end of them, crossed the balls, and we just couldn't handle the jandle. 2-1 loss. Halifax were next, and this was probably the best way to come back. 5-1 win. Should have been 5-0. They did equalise in the 93rd minute, but this was impressive. 0-0 at half-time. Halifax, a team at the time was 7th, so I didn't go off at the boys and said, hey, look, guys, you're playing well, keep it up. Bit of encouragement. And we just came out rocking and rolling. Mamasaka, 2 goals. Then Carver said, nah, bro, I'm on the action. 2 goals. That's both my strikers getting goals. And then Bobby Cammer polished it off in the 80th minute there. What a fantastic game that was. That was just beautiful. Mwah, mamma mia. Woking, 1-1 draw. Bottom of the table, Woking. We should have come away with the win here. I was disappointed in the lads. We scored in the 62nd minute. Good, all good, no worries. And then they instantly basically just came back against us and 1-1. And we hung on there. To be honest, it was nothing of a match. We should have done more. We just couldn't put away our chances. It was disappointing. And now this last game was an important game. When we came into this game, we were... I'm just trying to think. Boreham Wood were like 19th. We're 17th going into this. We had 2-point gap. So a loss here would have pushed us right down pretty much into the relegation zone. We're all just outside of it. So it was vital that we got a good performance here. And we did. We started off really well with a 13th minute Isaac Rice goal from a header from the defender from a corner. Then James Hardy, he just went alone. Absolutely just beautiful goal. Took it there, and we got a last minute penalty there, and Calvert was able to change it up. I did play around with the tactics a little bit with this, especially with this run. I just needed to change some things up here, so I'll just quickly show you here what we've done and what we are going with today. Actually, I can tell you, we'll just go to team selection, get it done that way. So it's still the same 4-4-2 formation that I kind of swapped to just prior to Stockport, pretty much. But I've made some slight changes. Both wingers are now attacking. I've gone and left my attacker. Now the target man's gone from a supporting role to an attacking role. He seems to open up the field more for Canberra to push in, also Hardy, but also Carver, because he's pushing at the defence. So the defence is kind of like, just okay, where do we go? I've dropped now the fullbacks. They were originally wingback supporters. I've dropped them back down to fullback to be a bit more flat there. Now I've made a change only for this game. Baines has been absolute caca for the last few games. His ratings have been a 6 and a 6.1, so he's been coming off quite early. He's a good player, but he hasn't been playing well in the last few games where everybody else has. So I've put him back as we are training him as a ball-playing defender to see if it works. I should have probably just changed the way we're training him. And we'll see. I haven't had a chat yet. This is the chance to have a chat. Yeah. And as you can see, and as you may have noticed if you did follow the Lancashire lag, Andy Teague got injured. He's just coming back. He's going to play for the under 18s for about 45 minutes going this week anyway. So that's pretty much that. What we have done in terms of the formation, we're just staying at balance. We'll kick off with this as normal, overlapping, and hit the early crosses, try and get in there early. We are playing for set pieces, and we're going to give them a bit of a run at the time, just as an initial start, and then we can make some changes. This seems to be working. We're not changing anything here. It's pretty straightforward, and the position, we're not too far forward in terms of defensive line as well. And now and again, depending how we go, we will change up the tackling. So that's pretty much how we go. So there's the team in front of you. Let's get into the match. Today is a big game against Notts County, a game we're heavily favoured to lose, but I am not changing this formation. I was tempted to go to a counter run, but I think we can still do something on this, maybe. Let's see how we go. So there's the squad, as you would have seen anyway, but I'll just go on. We've got O'Brien in goal. We've got Lawrence Gabriel on the right. We've got Baines and Rice as our central defenders, with McDonald on the left. Cavalier and Camwa in the middle there. We've got Newby on the left. We've got Hardy on the right. And we've got Massamanga and Carver up front. Now, you may notice some new names there. We do have a couple of extra players. Hardy is a new player. He came to us. He's on loan with us. I was looking for a winger who could just offer me a little bit more than we had on the right. I'm still looking for someone on the left. That's why Newbie's been playing there. And this guy he's settling in now. He's got really good physicals, especially in his pace, and his mentals are pretty good there for the position. But importantly, I mean, they may only be 10s, but they're higher than anybody else we've got in this position. And with training and game time, that can only increase. But he's got great passing as well, and his work rate is fantastic with a little bit of flair. So let's get stuck into the match, guys, without further ado. I know we've jibber-jabbered a bit. Pressure is off. True. You know what? We're huge underdogs. No pressure. Go out there and show everyone what you've got. Probably a little bit like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been doing at the moment. Just go out there and play your game, lads. So I'm going to just flick the old I believe you can play football and see. Oh, we've got some greens. All right, folks. Let's get in. That's the horse racing starts. And we kick off. Notts County 0. Chorley 1. 0. Oh, okay, we've made... Oh, okay, we are playing for set pieces. They do concede from headers a lot. They're not very good in the air, according to my analysis guy. Go back, it crosses. Oh, 3 Joes I thought it was going in. Okay, that's good, Early. I'm going to offer a little bit of nice early encouragement. Yes. And now we need to defend. Oh, good keeping there. I must admit, I have a lot of criticisms at the moment, or issues with the match engine. I've noticed, and a few other people have noticed as well. Let me know down below in the comments if you are noticing this. Defenders are just absolutely caca, which means shit when it comes to the ratings. They're getting really low ratings, and a lot of the time there's no real reason as to why that's visibly there. So let me know, are you seeing this as well? Because I definitely am seeing it. And the good positives, the game looks good, the goalkeeping is actually good. There's just a few little issues and bugbears as well. I think, and it's not just because I'm at this league. I've seen other. Oh, look at that beautiful goal there by Tyson. Why am I celebrating the opposition's goal? It's because sometimes we play in the stripes as well. La la. I don't think. Don't tell Lancashire lad about that. Thankfully, he can't see me. But, yeah, that was a good strike, though. Yeah, just give it your best shot. That's all we can do. But, yeah, so there's a few issues I have with the match engine. Let me know down below if you've got any issues with the match engine. What are your thoughts on it as well? And things like that. And, again, McDonald has picked up a knock. We do concede. We need to make that change anyway. I was going to say, see, Lowe's 5.6. I'm going to make changes. I need to make changes to both my my defenders. Okay, confirm that. We are playing balance. I am tempted to go. I've got one more sub up my sleeve. Don't want to see that. Let's go cautious. Far out, Mother Hubbard. Cautious. Let's just demand a little bit more from the lads. I know we just need to remind them. Let's get stuck into a bit of defending. Now, I'm going to push up a little bit. Maybe we're inviting them on to us just a little bit much. But we will regroup. Let's not run at defence. Let's be a bit more disciplined, though. And everything else we'll just keep the same for now, and we'll just see what we can do there. We probably will have to make some more changes here. Not the best, I tell you. Yeah, see, we've been playing a few home games. We play in the same kit. Alright, so it's a deep cross. Handled. Oh, for crying out loud, what the hell was that? Beautiful mistake by their defence, and we are in with a grin. Hardy is the man on the spot. Thank you for gifting us that. We will take that any day. Beautiful cross there by Carver. Defender headed it, and then the other defender just didn't know what he's doing. Headed the ball, found Hardy, just slotted it home instantly. That is how we do it. Okay, see again, this is what I mean. A 6.2, 6.4. These ratings. Newbie, I'm gonna bring on Dobbs, and we'll see if we can do that. I should be bringing changes to the central defender. No, I'm gonna put you back as a central defender. On defend, we're gonna put you as a defend as well. Just gotta keep that line straight, not have you covering back. Okay, that's good. We are cautious for now. We won't. I was just gonna go for it then. I thought, shall we go for it? But no, we're not going to. Camera wins the ball there. Come on, mate. Don't be too selfish. Look up. Yes, gets the cross in. Carver. Go. Oh. Camera a little bit selfish. Probably should have done a little bit better there. Played it earlier. Nice long throw. Again, we get the ball. See? Okay. And the defence here. Goes for a long shot. Bit of wasting of time, though. We've got nothing to lose. We're going to go very attacking here. No disgrace in this loss, to be frank. 2-1 loss. I'll take it. It is what it is. Unlucky, you know. Can't fault your performance. It's just one of those days, lads. These Reds for defenders do really irritate me when I don't specifically see in the highlights what the story is. Hit me down below in your comments if you have any opinions on that as well. Before we go, we're just going to have a look at the league. So we are 16th in the league on 17 points, obviously after that loss. And we are projected to finish, well, the media say 17th, but the board is avoid relegation. So far so good. I think we're on about a 6. Let's have a look with your club vision. Yeah, a 6, a C plus rating. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, folks. So I'm going to leave you there. I know I've jabbered a little bit in this episode, but we are going to go ahead. We're playing Warrington in the next game in the Cup. Not going to show you that. We're going to jump ahead. I'm going to try and get through these seasons in about 4 or 5 episodes if I can. But also able me to cover some other things in terms of Lancashire lowdowns perhaps. We've got January coming up. So I'll probably, depending on who we draw and how we go in the FA Cup, I may come back for a game which would be most likely here, which is where we're expected to reach. But at this stage, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to push through a fair bit and come into December here and probably choose one of these games in December. I'm not too sure yet what we'll do. But we'll be with you in a couple of months, I think. I may even decide to skip even further ahead. Depends on how much I get stuck in. All right, folks, what we'll do is we'll leave it there for you. Thanks a lot for everything. And, it wasn't the best of games. But I want to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers, all the comments, all the likes and everything. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this. It really helps when you get discovered and found. Subscribe if you're new and all that jazz. So, I will leave you there. I have been Parkera on behalf of the Lancashire lad. I'm sure he's going back to the drawing board and just having a look at some things. I'll let you know unless he decides to, as he calls it, Twitter out. Alright folks, I'm Parkera. See you later. Kia kaha.